Gay Talk Radio, the show that brings five friends back together, old bandmates back together, to keep up with each other, to keep up with what's going on in the world, to talk about things that we like, and to continue to spread the gospel of Christ as far as we can spread it. On the show today, we've got Josh Gibbon, Stuart Lockwood,
Hola.
Patrick Franklin, and me, Brad Burton.
My chair's squeaky.
Your chair's squeaky?
Yeah.
I have to clear my throat. There it is. Sorry about that.
We'll slowly fade that music out. How's that?
Hey, yeah.
Real
So what's
slow
up, guys?
fade. What's
up?
up?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pat is back.
I'm back from the island of Hawaii. Do I look tan?
No.
I didn't think I did.
No. If anything, you're a little redder.
Yeah, you know.
That's
it
because he's a
Well,
ginger.
Yeah.
And gingers don't tan.
More have
You're-
souls.
Well, no. We'll say you're more jolly.
Okay, so
look more
here's the
jolly.
thing. I recently figured out where that expression comes from, or that idea that gingers don't have souls.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear
Let's
this.
hear it, yeah.
It was attributed to the Vikings because most of them were redheaded. And they just said that the heartless acts that they did, there was
have a
no
soul.
way that they could have a soul.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just from some TV show or something, but I recently looked it up because I was just
That
curious.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I do
Well,
have a soul.
there's usually always a kernel of truth.
Or at least like a lieutenant
What?
of truth.
Oh, that's
A
funny.
colonel or a lieutenant. So before we get going, what has gone on since the last episode?
Well, I think we should start with our traveler.
The Traveler?
the world
Yeah.
traveler. Yeah.
Man,
Well, the continental traveler.
yeah. Well, yeah, we went to Hawaii and it was amazing. Got to do a lot of cool stuff. The one thing I did that was really making Stu jealous is I got to go cage diving with sharks.
Really?
Yep.
Dude, that's awesome.
And there were I should have sent you the footage earlier. Anyway, I didn't. It's on YouTube. Go find
He
it.
sent me the video, and I immediately punched a hole in the wall.
Dude, we
What's
could
the
play
name of
it
the
on
cave
here.
that you went in? Or can you pronounce
No,
it?
it wasn't a cave. It was a cage.
Okay. I got you.
You went cave diving with sharks.
No, they took
Do
us.
they just throw them out there with you? You know,
Yeah,
it's
just
like
enjoy.
they just you dive in and then they just throw the
Enjoy.
sharks in after you.
How fast can
on
you swim,
YouTube.
fatty? So, no, we went about 3 miles off the coast, and the water was like 400 feet deep where we were. And so we get into the cage, and the instant you go under, there was already sharks there when we pulled up, but the instant you go in the water, you just see them everywhere. And they were the Galapagos shark, and they were no less than 8 feet long, and there was no less than 25 of them swimming around the cage.
Dang, dude.
So that was pretty cool.
So
Then
if-
we went to,
in that situation, if you pee on yourself, does it just go out into the water?
yeah.
And the sharks, are they
The
attracted?
sharks are attracted to.
Okay.
So that was problematic.
That'd be an issue I'd have to do.
I didn't. Okay, so it was a 30-minute excursion, and I only lasted in the cage 15 minutes because the water was really, really rough, and so we were snorkeling. It wasn't even scuba gear, and sometimes the waves would go over the top of your snorkel and drown you.
Yeah.
You just swallow a bunch of,
Salt water?
Yeah,
That's always
awful.
good.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then there was this one point where the shark comes and bites at the cage, right where I am.
Nice.
And dude, I'm out of that water so fast.
I bet.
It was,
I emailed you the YouTube link for the video.
Oh, cool.
oh, cool, yeah. But anyway, and it's copyright-free music, so feel free to play it.
Awesome.
Yeah. But then we went and rode ATVs to the place they filmed Jurassic Park. We actually watched that last night to go, oh yeah, we were standing right there.
That's awesome.
But it was neat, and they filmed a lot of movies out there. They actually filmed Godzilla versus King Kong, I think.
Okay.
That's what they told us. Well, they had these big Godzilla footprints that they dug into the ground. And so they wanted to make sure that they would get a good shot. And for the helicopter shot that they wanted, they had to make the footprints, I still feel like that's wrong. I want to say feet prints every time. the footprints 10 foot deep. Well, this is the place where they filmed that it's a working cattle farm. And so the next morning they get up and they found cows all in the footprints. And so they had to box them off or whatever. But anyway, after the filming was done, they filled in the footprints. That still sounds so weird to me. The feetsies princes. to about 3 feet so the cows can get in.
That sounded too much like Feces Princess.
No, that's not what I said.
That's
the
a
feces
really
princess.
huge dump.
Yes.
Smelliest princess in the kingdom.
Oh, wow. Queen Poo Poo. So anyway, you got that video?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I
putting
think
it up as a scene on here real
Okay,
quick.
cool. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and we of course did the typical luau, and that was really interesting. The guy who was doing the fire twirling, he dropped the stick towards the beginning of his routine, like he was spinning it, do like it was going off the stage and attacking people with fire. So that was fun.
Oh, and
That sounds like a play.
how did he handle it?
Very careful.
Very surprisingly, because I told everybody if that was me and I dropped the fire and almost like lit people on fire, I'd be like, all right, and the fire part's over.
Yeah,
He picked it up and continued to
Man,
do
he's
his thing.
probably dropped that thing.
he's probably
Thousands
not the
of
first time.
times.
Yeah. But it was cool, man. And the one part that was terrible was the trip home. I mean, obviously you're leaving Hawaii, but
Right.
I mean, we started traveling
Sorry.
at 8:30 that
camera.
night, and then we got home at 5 in the evening the next day. So it was a lot of travel. It was
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just realized that while you were telling that story,
Yeah.
it was showing me
Yep.
set the scene up.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering. I was like,
Yeah.
I was about to ask if you knew what you were doing over
Yeah,
there.
I mean I did, but I forgot that it was broadcasting everything live, so it's good times.
Oh, I
Hi,
like that.
everybody.
So we're ready when you guys are if you want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Alright,
go
so
ahead. So this
we'll
is my
swap
shark
over to this.
footage. We'll only watch a little bit of it. So this is us riding out 3 miles. That's my nephew Jeremy and Lacey, my daughter, and there's Powell and my brother Jeremy and me, and some people we don't know.
Just that.
And a black screen. And there's the sharks. They're like, hey buddy, you come feed us?
Sharks are back.
And then we go underwater, and then there they are.
Holy cow, dude.
It was so insane, man.
That's pretty unreal.
Well,
I just want to hug them.
and you see the cage, right? So
Yeah.
there's a little bar, and they'll show it maybe in a minute, that you're supposed to hold on to so they don't take a bite out of you.
Easy down on that bread.
But what happened was the waves were whipping the cage around so much. You see right there, there's somebody's feet on it.
Yeah.
When it would shake the cage, your hands or feet would just get pushed out because it was just knocking you over.
Oh no.
Like completely out of the cage. And
Oh, no.
They're all up there like, hey buddy, you got some treats for us? So, yeah, it was pretty scary.
That sounds like it, dude.
Is that a treat?
Yeah.
Looks
Nope.
good enough to me.
Just-
I tell the
just
story.
my foot.
I tell the story about how you immediately
Oh, it's-
walked on water like the good Lord.
Yeah, I copied Jesus in every way. As soon as that shark bit at me, I ran out of that water. So there's Lacey's butt. I'm sure she appreciates that, Brad.
Sorry about that. Not intentional. I've never seen this video before.
Scandalous.
I owe you something, Lacey. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's
Tell
all
me later.
good. But anyway, those are basically my world travels. I could go on and on, but I don't want to monopolize with my bougie vacation.
No, it's all right, dude.
No, it's very interesting.
This is a 4-hour episode. We didn't tell
Is it
you.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
well, let's go.
Extended cut.
So what about you guys? What y'all do in the past 2 weeks?
Nothing like that.
Yeah?
Went to work a lot.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
Me and the wife took the boys to the beach a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I went to work a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I went to work some.
Brad, did you get to work on your driveway?
It
with
doesn't
all this
really
rain?
work.
Yeah, and then it rained again, and it washed it away again.
I knew you'd be working on your driveway with
Yeah.
how much it's been raining.
Yeah, so I did. I fixed the driveway. I spent like 4 hours on it because we had family coming over for Elise's birthday. Yeah,
Which is
which is tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so they were here Friday. I fixed it like Wednesday or Thursday last week. Spent hours on this thing. And then a hurricane came through,
It's fun.
and it washed it away again.
Now you've been living here long enough to realize that it rains all the time in the summer, right?
Stu, you know, it rains all the time and all the time, it
Yeah.
seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I'll fix it, and it's clear for a month.
Yeah.
The forecast is clear for a month.
And then boom.
And then daggum Rich Thomas throws his chemtrails up there and it pours.
Because we all know that's what he's really doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I swear, I've been living here 40 years now, and every summer I'm like, it's never been this hot.
Right.
There's no way it's ever been. And it's been this hot every single summer.
Right.
It's been hotter.
And then it'll rain like a little bit, and then the sun will come out,
Yep.
and it's super humid
And then you can't
Yep.
breathe.
and ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's about all we did. Write a new song. Let you guys hear. that very proud of. So
Can't wait.
it's pretty rad. Well, y'all heard it.
Oh, that's the Psycho Sucker one?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I ate food.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, right, good.
Yes. And
That's
I
good.
Glad to know you're still sustaining yourself organically.
It's good. It's good to take in sustenance.
I sat down at work and
Oh, I thought that was one of the things that you did.
yeah, no, that's it.
I ate.
Sat down,
Down.
That's it.
killing it. That's awesome.
Beat that.
Oh, I forgot to mention that we got goats
Really?
in the 2 weeks since
I
we've done this.
saw
Yes.
I saw a Facebook
Yes.
photo and I was like, did he get goats?
So, okay, I've got to ask, what's the plan? Is it to clear the land like my father-in-law?
Well, so we
And then
put,
you never get rid of them?
Dude, they do a great job of that.
Yeah.
I fenced off this area. It's in my opinion, since I put the fence in, it was a really big area.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of daggone work. But
Did you do like a manual post hole digger?
no,
You did an auger?
I have a tractor with an
Yeah,
auger. Yeah,
okay.
that's the best. So the tractor is one of the best things I've ever bought. The auger for the tractor is the best thing I've
Gotcha.
ever bought. Yeah, yeah. So we put post holes in, or posts in, and everything. We ran the fence and all. Brought these goats in, and it's I have no idea how big the space is, but in about 2 days, everything they could reach was gone.
So how many goats do you have?
Well, we had 8. The
Coyote get one?
no, no, but I did see one in the front yard
Yeah.
just the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I couldn't get to the gun fast enough.
Yeah.
They're quite elusive.
That's
was
been
quick.
Brooks' dad's
Yes.
biggest problem is
Coyotes.
coyotes killing all his goats.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're not our goats. They're Danielle's sister's goats. We're goat sitting, and we built them a goat tail and everything that they can sleep in.
A goat tail?
A goat tail, yeah.
That's just your own fault then.
Well, we're gonna get goats when we get done with these,
Okay.
because I built all this, and
Now are you going to milk your goats?
probably that's part of the point. Danielle won't let me eat them, so yeah, we got to do something like that. Yeah,
You can make some goat cheese.
yeah, it's good too.
Brooke
You can
loves
do all
goat
stuff,
cheese, yeah.
all
Put
sorts
it
of
on
stuff
your
with
salad.
goat.
I mean,
On your
have you ever
salad.
eaten goat meat?
Yeah, dude, it's
Is it
delicious.
good? Okay, I've never had it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like really good tasting beef. But I had it at that Island Delight place in Montgomery, the Jamaican place.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Curry goat was awesome.
I know when me and Ashley went to Yellowstone, I had elk and bison.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So
Totally
one of the
delicious.
things, what is that place called again downtown?
Island Delight.
They have oxtail,
Yes.
and I'm very interested in trying it.
You should do that.
But it's
sounds
like,
good.
so here's the thing. You ever been in that place where you're a fat kid and you don't want to waste your meal? You know what I mean? Or like, you don't have to be fat. You just be really hungry. And you're like, it's dinner and I want to try that, but like, I know I like this.
Right.
And that's where I don't go to that place that often. So when I
Yeah.
go there, I want to like land on something I want to eat.
I understand.
So somebody take me out and buy me oxtail.
Okay, so you also
Just
have
choke
to,
'em on
like
spit.
I tell my kids, that meal is not the only meal you're ever going to eat.
That's true.
So you'll get another meal tomorrow.
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
Yeah,
It
and
could
I don't want to go out like that.
Yeah, but see, chances
Get up to the pearly
are,
gates, you're just like, no!
I could have eaten that.
I could have had the curry chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, chances are it's not going to be the last meal you eat. And it's oxtail at Island Delight. It's delicious.
I'll have to
Get
try it. I've never
Now
tried
the goat still has bones in it, so you got to be easy with that.
So how does the oxtail come? Like I would imagine.
It's like a soup.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they just
I
like,
was
it's not like a
I'm
tail.
imagining
Still
the
got a
sausage
tuft on
like
it.
looking thing.
No,
Still got a tuft of
they
hair.
walk it in, lay it over your plate, and lop it off. Right, that's how that goes.
Okay, just curious.
Sounds awful.
It's like a soup, yeah.
Okay.
Or a stew.
It's
What'd you call my mama?
An oxtail. Oh my gosh.
Oxtail, you.
Oxtail, yeah. So today we're talking about a little bit of musical history, what happened today in musical history, like we do every episode. We can change that if it's not popular with the group.
No,
at some
it
point.
is. I mean, that's like
I think it's fun. I think it's
that's
cool.
like the news not doing the weather anymore,
I understand.
or not doing the news.
The news, well, that's what's going
That
on.
happens a lot. Anyway.
So we're doing some musical history. We're talking about binge-worthy TV shows.
Okay.
Also going to talk about what is probably the group's favorite movie, not necessarily individually,
Right.
but
Sure, but as a
Yeah.
collective.
As a collective,
group,
yeah.
we would probably name this movie, and we'll get to that. Also, we've got some Soundgarden updates and a little bit of DK story time.
Yes, I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah.
Story time with Pat.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and head off the Fallout. Maybe we're not gonna have a Bible review segment on this one because all the work that I did, we're having to push that off till next time
Right.
because our guest couldn't make it today.
Sure.
Our mystery guest.
We
Right,
need our
mystery
mystery
guest.
guest on this
Right.
one too.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta have him. Yeah.
He'll be here next time, though. Okay. So today in musical history, we'll start off with some birthdays. So Justin Carey, the bassist for Sixpence None the Richer, is born in New York's Catskill Mountain in 1975.
I've never heard of that man or that band.
You ever heard of Sixpence None the Richer?
I don't think so.
That's the Kiss Me
Nailed it. Sounds
Really?
just like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I never knew that she sang
Under the
that.
bearded barley.
Not only that, but what kind of skills do cats have?
Well,
Scratching skills.
Agility,
right. Panic
Point
skills.
taken.
They have really good panic skills.
rip attacks,
Rip attack.
stealth,
Is that?
night vision.
I think you're getting some of these from like Mortal Kombat or something.
Well, no, I was just attributing like D&D skills to a cat.
Oh, okay.
I was RPGing it up, Josh. I figured you'd pick up on
yeah,
that.
no, yeah.
And
yeah.
you did not, and now I'm sad, and I've lost faith in you.
Well, I'm sorry to let you down.
Yeah, you have to redeem
We're used
yourself.
to it.
But rip attacks.
I'm
That's
sure.
a good one. Rip attacks. I like it. Also, Mike Enzinger, the guitarist for Incubus, was born in L.A. in 1976.
I really like him.
Really?
Yes.
Like, really like him?
Like I like. Okay, now the band Incubus.
Are you just saying that?
I like their
It's gonna be interesting.
probably
Yeah.
their first, their Fungus Among Us, Enjoy, Science, and some of whatever the one was with the Pardon Me on it.
Okay.
Some of that. Everything else, I don't really care for. They got really
Yeah, they got really weird.
they got really lame. But his guitar work, it's his background is all in like jazz and funk, and so a lot of his
Yeah, there's we
You
got
guys hear that?
we have music going on in the background.
It's Lacey. They're,
Okay.
I'm preaching a D now this weekend, and they're the band.
Gotcha.
So they're probably-
the
Okay.
church is haunted.
Yeah, yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
Go 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 go.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
But
your
no, his
thought process.
so a lot of his riffs, they're very. I'm getting distracted by the haunting themes. But just the way he writes stuff, because of the jazz and funk background, and the fact that he's so good at it, like his note selections are very good, and then he's incredible with his use of effects,
Yeah.
his ability to switch between effects so seamlessly and
Yeah.
to use them so perfectly.
So compare him to, like, in that capability, the Audio Slave guitarist. What's that guy's? Tom
Morello?
Yeah.
Because that dude's weird with effects. Like, he does all sorts of crazy stuff.
He is, and he's Mike Eisinger is more. A lot of his stuff it's more technical. It's less almost experimental.
Okay. Is it more musical?
Yes,
Okay.
it's more musical, more compositional.
Okay.
It's
'Cause
not just.
Tom seems more percussive and that kind of
It's
thing.
not creating a DJ table on your guitar.
Right.
Yeah, well, they already have a DJ table, so they don't need to do that.
Well, the thing about Incubus for
And
me,
their drummer is really good. Their drummer is really, really
Yeah,
good.
he is good. I don't like his drum kit, but he's a good drummer.
His snare's real high.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like it. You're right. I'm a snob.
it's okay. We're all snobs.
But
about
I saw him
something.
live. Me and Grant saw him live at the Tabernacle in 2000 with Hoobastank.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
you
bef-
stole
right
it,
before
you
they
stole it from me.
Yeah, right before they came out big.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So Incubus and Hoobastank, like their vocalists to me, were the same.
Yeah,
the
they're
same
all
guy.
of their
They're
their old
very
stuff.
similar.
You listen to Hoobastank's old stuff, and Incubus is really old stuff, and you're like, okay, these guys were like two bands that were like best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have that Mr. Bungle, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
Influence,
Yeah, I really enjoyed.
and then they
Hoobastank,
got
though.
signed and
Nobody asked
Really?
me. I loved Hoobastank.
massively produced, and
That's weird to me. I didn't expect you to
Oh,
do that.
their
It became
Crawling
more
in the Dark
commercial.
song was,
Yeah.
I mean, that was like
That's what tends to
so
happen.
good.
I just
yeah.
didn't expect that from you
Yeah,
for some
sorry.
reason.
I didn't mean to let you down.
Oh, that's all right. You do it all the time. It's fine.
What do you mean?
So moving on from Hoobastank and Incubus, the worst bands ever. Not real. I'm just kidding. They're not really that. There's plenty of other bands that are way worse.
I mean, you like Tool. I'm sorry.
Good point.
yeah, I really don't like
I
Tool.
love Tool.
I never got into them.
Love those guys. All right.
Every song is bum 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 bum.
Yeah. They do repeat themselves sometimes. So 1950, Joey Kramer, the Aerosmith drummer, was born in New York City, unlike Pace Picante Sauce, which was born in Texas.
New York
New
City.
York City.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys got that.
Of course we did.
I laughed at myself.
Man, the thing about Aerosmith is outside of Steve Perry and is it Steve Perry?
Steve Perry and Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler's the
Steve Perry
vocalist.
sounded wrong when I said
Joe-
it out loud.
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Steve Perry's the guy from Journey.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's the weirdest.
I got my 80s bands mixed up.
So
for a
outside
second.
of Joe Perry and Steven Tyler, the rest of the band looks like 100.
They do. Yeah.
They've always looked like, hey, that's our grandpa's back in the
Well,
day.
no, Steven Tyler just looks like your cool grandma now.
He does. Yes, now he does.
He put out
looks like-
that country album.
Oh gosh.
Did he?
I never heard it, but yeah, he put out a country album. He might have put out more than one. I don't know.
Steven Tyler doing country. That's weird.
That is kind of weird.
Have you ever seen him do More Than Words with the guy that
Oh, yeah.
plays?
Extreme.
Yeah.
No, just it's
With Extreme?
It's not Gary Sharon. He's singing with the guitar player Nunez, whatever his name is, and it's really good.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's really good.
And it's Steven
I've seen
Tyler
it.
singing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What
Yeah.
does he do in multiple parts, or is it just him? Is he the lead and he has background?
They're just singing and harmonizing back and forth.
Yeah, they're
together.
doing
Cool.
the vocal parts.
It's really good.
Steven Tyler sounded way different before. He had damaged his vocal cords. And
I don't.
like,
I don't know the story
like
behind that, but you can tell a major
forever.
difference.
Forever, I thought that the song "Dream On" was Queen when I was younger.
Yeah.
But because
Man,
he
like-
just sounded so different.
He had like bubble in his throat
Yeah.
when he was singing. I'd probably make that face too.
That should be the thumbnail for the video.
Oh, okay,
Just
I'll,
that.
I'll go back and
Should
change that
it,
later.
please.
But now, one of the first rock albums I had was their best of, the one with the cow udder with
Yep.
the pierced nipple.
Yeah.
I had it as a cassette tape.
Oh my gosh, cassette tapes.
Yeah, it was before.
How old are we?
It was before I got into grunge rock.
We're old.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Because that was when CDs were out when I got into grunge. So
Oh, yeah.
that was one of the first rock albums I ever had.
That's awesome. All right, so happy birthday to those guys. On a side note, like I mentioned, my daughter Elise, her birthday's tomorrow.
Yay.
She'll be 10.
Wow.
I want to point this out because at some time in the future, you'll probably hear DK Talk Radio say, on this date in 2011, Elise Bird, world-renowned something or other, was born in Montgomery, Alabama.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming she's going to be a famous gymnast or musician. or
Something of the like.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Your kids are both in double digits.
Right. Right. Yeah, Danielle's
What if
probably
she
crying about it
becomes
right
the
this second.
first general of the Space Force? Like, what is it? Ashley looked up the ranks. There's like Starship Commander.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dude, I want that on my resume.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, granted, you're just in a Air Force base in Colorado right now because Space Force is just the Air Force.
Well, yeah, but still.
And-
You'd be the Space Force commander.
yeah.
what they need to do is they need to make some
Who's
ships
that?
in
Oh, that's
space.
Starship Commander Bird. Starship Commander? What a dork. We don't have any starships.
But
His
we
name's
will.
Bird?
But it makes you wonder why they already started those ranks. You know, it's like, you guys trying to tell us something?
Yeah, like what do they know, right?
Well, I
Right.
mean, they just, the Pentagon just declassified all those UFO videos, and they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, UFOs are totally real.
We don't know what the heck
We
they
don't know
are.
what they are, but they're completely real.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's good.
there's like a
times.
bunch of stuff that just dropped.
I need to look into that.
So, in short, we all gonna die.
Interdimensional beings, aka demons.
Precisely. That's what I think too. But anyways.
I mean, we can get into that if you like. We can close the laptop, be done.
Let's move on.
Okay,
That's
so
another
some news that has to do with actual music. Elvis record in 1967. Elvis records the songs "Let Yourself Go" and "He's Your Uncle, Not Your Dad."
Wow.
I meant to listen to that today.
sounds
very
I've
Alabama.
never heard it.
But I did make a note beside it. It
That's
says,
an interesting name.
"And no, you northern and western states, those songs were not adopted as words to live by for Alabamians and Mississippians."
That is a bizarro title.
I'll have to listen to that song.
There's two separate songs. "Let Yourself Go" and "He's Your
I don't
Uncle,
usually
Not
listen
Your
to a
Dad."
lot of Elvis, but I did listen to his Christmas album this Christmas because it's really, really good. And then for some reason, I had that song "Walking in Memphis" stuck in my head
Oh, yeah.
for like a week, and I
great
could
song.
not get.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's
I remember
okay.
you talking about
But
that.
it was stuck in my head for like a week, and I could not get it out. And then Ashley, we were in the house doing something, and she was playing stuff over the Bluetooth speaker, and she played "Return to Sender" by Elvis Presley, and it was just no more walking.
You were not walking in Memphis.
No, no.
You were returning to the center.
Yep.
So, in other music news, in 1963, there was a news article published that mentioned that John Lennon had assaulted a DJ at Paul McCartney's 21st birthday party. It was 3 days earlier. The headline read, "Beatle in Brawl says, 'Sorry I socked you.'" And Josh, if you would say that with a British accent, I'd appreciate it.
Sorry, I socked you.
That's perfect. That's what
It's
I.
not really Liverpool.
Sorry, I socked you.
There we go.
That's closer. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. I'll allow it.
So in 2015, Taylor Swift sends a letter to Apple right as they're set to release their new Apple Music platform, threatening to withhold her 1989 album if artists aren't paid their deserved royalties.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Please don't say so.
Taylor Swift really gets on my nerves, man.
Like, I used to appreciate her when she first started out because she's really talented.
Yeah,
she wrote
exactly.
it, but then every song was about this new ex-boyfriend, and I was like, pick another subject.
Let me ask you a question. This is a legit subject that sounds like a joke, but did her and John Mayer ever date? Because literally that's all they write about is their exes. I mean, they need to. They need to date.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, then you need to listen to.
are you about to try and turn us?
Yes, I am, because it's awesome. I think it's Folklore. I think that's the name of the album that she put out in 2020.
What happened in the 2 weeks I was gone? Josh?
I know, dude. I know.
Brad's a Taylor Swift.
I mean, it
I
is
know.
Pride Month.
That's too soon, Stu.
Oh my gosh.
No. No. Okay, so
All right.
Folklore is
That was
not
my
one
one.
that your kids should listen to because it's got
Nobody
some
gets
ease
one.
beside some of the songs, but the melodies are awesome, and the
Yeah.
content, it's about boyfriends and
Did
girls
Bushwalker
like that.
produce it?
I don't know.
He does stuff
If he
like that.
produced it, I will listen to it.
I don't
If
know.
not, then
I'll
I will
research.
not.
We refuse, Brad.
Oh, that's fine. I'll research, and I can see probably, I know April, but probably my wife shaking her head about me bringing that up.
I mean, I am disappointed in you.
I understand, and I agree.
So
I agree.
normally it's Josh that lets us down the most.
But
Normally.
today,
But today,
You have now taken the title. Pat, where is your championship belt?
it's at the house. I go get it.
'Cause, yeah,
I
Brad,
actually know I have to surrender it to you.
I'm gonna wrench that from your hands. All right.
Yes.
need to tape,
So,
let down, champ over it, hanging above Brad's head.
June 21st, 1990, Little Richard finally gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he says, "Like everything I got, it took a long time to get."
And then he
And then
probably
he went-
also said, "Womp papa loop papa womp poo."
And went, "Woo."
That's probably how it happened.
Yeah.
When he got his hands stuck. Wait, do you put your hands in the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You do.
He was shaking the cement off. Yeah. All right. Also, oh my god.
This next one I'm interested in.
So in 1982, the first music festival known as World Music Day is launched in Paris. Its focus is on street music and free to the public. It's now an annual festival that's spread to other parts of the world in various forms.
Yeah, and you say, it's a little misleading. You say the first music festival.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the first music
Well,
festival.
but
It's like a holiday almost.
Yeah, yeah.
But and my thing was, I didn't have time to research it. Is this like government recognized? Is it whatever the French equivalent of federal congressional holidays?
I don't know, but I think the point is that it's focused,
Croissant Kingdom declares.
it's focused on like street music, independent artists,
Yeah.
and not big name.
And I saw,
folks,
it said that they're encouraged to go
Yeah.
out and do stuff, and so I was wondering if this was like a government sanctioned thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't know. It might be. I should probably have more details behind all of these news facts. I just do
I
not.
just perused the Wikipedia
I just
site real
like
fast.
you struggling to answer questions.
Just letting us down
It's
more,
your favorite. More of the letdown.
hanging that belt higher.
We have a song.
Let's just go ahead and
By the way.
play that. Why don't we go and have a snippet of that?
We're gonna change the name to
to
Brad.
play it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Change it to Brad.
That's all. All right, so in 1981, Walter Becker and Donald Fagen announced the split of Steely Dan and begin work on solo projects. They reformed in 1993 because obviously the solo career thing was working out so well for them.
So
I have
what
an
is-
interesting fact about Steely Dan that I'll have to tell you after the show is over.
Okay.
I think I know that fact.
Yeah.
My question is, what was their hit?
Huh.
I know the band, but what was their hit?
That's a great
They had a
question.
few. Hang on, let me look it up.
It's one of those things where the name of the band is more famous than their actual music.
Yeah.
And not even because of the story behind the name. It's just I know that name, but I couldn't tell you what they sing.
Off the top of my head, I can't either. Unfortunately.
Stu, what you
No,
got over
I
there?
can't either.
No.
That's where we need to
Reeling
have.
in the Years.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Stu Leader?
Okay.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
got I found a live version of that on Spotify that is it's just blazing guitars out of nowhere, and because it's all like, "Oh, you really?" And then it's just like, and I was just like, "What is happening? This is incredible!"
So let's see. In 1979, the original drummer for the Velvet Underground, Angus MacLeese, died of hypoglycemia and tuberculosis at age 41.
Both at the same time?
I guess if they both got him, yeah. I mean, he didn't die twice.
Longer.
Yeah, that's awful, man. Like low blood sugar.
Yeah.
Velvet
And
Underground.
the blood that you're coughing up
Doesn't have enough.
doesn't
sugar
have
in it.
enough sugar in it, so it definitely did. Anyway, I don't know where I
Man.
was going with this, but
I get your point though.
yeah,
So
it would have tasted worse.
again,
But
the
yeah.
Velvet Underground. Know the
Yeah,
band.
they're not for me.
What
Yeah.
do they play?
I don't know, but I'm sure Doc Holliday
Hang on.
was like,
Yeah.
"Mom,
He
You're
was
gonna
all
just
about
keep
it.
your phone up. I'm asking that. See, guys, I've been at college
was like, "I'm
orientation
your
for my
Huckleberry."
daughter all day, and my brain doesn't work anymore right now. So I'm gonna be asking all kinds of stupid questions.
It's just Monday, Pat."
I know.
Those are my favorite
Oh.
kind of questions.
So
Pat.
we're gonna need your brain in the DK story time,
I
though.
got it. There. Yeah,
'Cause that's an
just
important
fun.
one.
I don't think about that.
And you were there for this DK
Yeah,
story time
you
event, right? Okay. Stu was not, so this is all going to be new to Stu. You may have heard
I'm
it,
excited.
but- yeah. All right, so today in 2007, the Spice Girls announced a reunion.
Yes.
Spice up your life.
Zigga
baby.
zig ah.
Was
Yeah, that was it. For
Is
that
that what it
one.
was called?
No, but that's definitely something that they would probably have said when they did.
Spice up your life, spice up your afterlife.
Spice up your life.
So tell me what it was.
So and this one I said was for Stu, but then he told me he doesn't like Widespread Panic. So
that's
uh,
so
That's all right. I've
surprising.
still got some information.
okay.
You know?
So today in 2002, Widespread Panic headlined the first Bonnaroo. That sounds like Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo in Bonnaroo, Tennessee.
Festival in Manchester, Tennessee. It focuses on jam bands and folk acts like Trey Anastasio, Ben Harper, Jack Johnson, Jurassic 5, and the String Cheese Incident.
Now,
That sounds
Bonnaroo,
dangerous.
is that like a species of kangaroo?
No. It means
Yeah.
So
something.
the pouch is on the side.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
it's a 3-day festival. Every I don't know. I guess it's the third weekend in June, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's the same time every year, and I always wanted to go, but it's Tennessee in June,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's all outdoors.
it's
and
almost Alabama.
You're in
June.
Almost.
You're not bathing. Everybody is on all of the drugs.
This
All
doesn't
of them.
sound quite as appealing.
No.
No, it did way back when.
Sure.
You know, but now, no, dude, I don't even want to go to like an air conditioned concert
Yeah.
because I'm just like, I gotta put pants on. But no, it's a big thing. They've got there's like 3 or 4 stages. They've always got like lots of big acts. Like that first year alone, you had Les Claypool's Flying Frog Brigade, Old Crow Medicine Show, Ween, Keller Williams, Ben Harper, String Cheese, Jack Johnson, Colonel Claypool's Bucket of Burning Brains, Mo, Phil Lesh and Friends with Bob Weir,
Okay.
Trey Anastasio, and then Robert Randolph and the Family Band.
Jeez.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was just
Les
and that
Claypool.
was just the ones that I liked.
Les Claypool has the craziest things that he comes up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He's a loon.
So I have to tell you more about Stuart, what he just said. You know, he just said something about putting on pants. And, you know, Stuart's in my small group on Thursday nights here at church. And I'm not really breaking confidentiality when I tell this, but one of his prayer requests is that he wouldn't hate people so much. He just hates being around people.
I understand.
So it's
COVID
like
did that to a lot of
pants
people.
and people.
I
So
work.
you can't go to a concert.
I work retail, so I know how he feels.
I just-
it's.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like
Very
I
natural.
like people individually, but like groups of people.
Big
Like in
groups.
droves.
I'm
Yeah.
like, does there really need to be 8.5 billion of us?
I mean,
I
apparently.
mean, is it necessary? I mean,
Necessary.
I know, be fruitful and multiply, but was it be fruitful and multiply forever?
I mean, I think if you asked George Bush Sr., he would say, no, it's absolutely not necessary, and we should institute the New World Order immediately.
Are we going back there now?
I mean, if it comes to that,
Absolutely not.
if it comes to that, I've got to put my name in the hat, like 35%, just got to go.
We need to implement the New World
35%.
Order immediately.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to.
Man, that's painful.
All right, we're going all Thanos tonight, y'all.
I'm only going 35%,
Okay.
not 50.
Not 50. Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm trying to get better at that. That's been
But
one of my
really,
prayer requests is to
that-
not be mad at everybody all the time.
That is my prayer request for right now, because I was with people all day, and I love you guys, so this is easy. But like, if I have to interact with normal people, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I totally know
what
what
I'm
you're saying. Yeah,
Like,
I know
at the
we're
end
not
of a day
normal,
like
it's fine.
today, I'm like, I'd rather just ram my head through a brick wall. You just get people out.
The funny thing was,
You do.
I told you in small group, I had to go to jury duty last Monday, and the only thing and I was there all day to only not get picked, and the only thing that made it bearable was that Miss Terry from our small group was in there
Yeah.
Oh, really?
with me. Yeah, so she just sat right next to me. We just talked the whole time.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so moving on. 1994. Today in 1994, a judge rules against George Michael in a lawsuit against his record label Sony, and it wrecked his music career for nearly 2 years.
Is that when he came out with like tape on his mouth or something? Or was that just a music video?
I don't know.
Probably just a music video.
Was that in Faith? I think that's the only music
Maybe
video
I'm
I
thinking of
remember.
Faith, yeah.
Freedom.
Yeah, and that song too, yeah.
So, also 1948, the Columbia label announces a new technological breakthrough, a long-playing vinyl phonograph that can hold up to 23 minutes of audio on one side.
Wow.
That was in 1948.
Do you remember how excited
Cutting
we were when
Yeah.
a CD started being able to hold like 72 minutes or whatever instead of 60?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
We can stick another song on there.
You put more weird stuff at the end that nobody wants to listen to.
Yeah.
I remember when CDs first came out, and I was just like, "What is this sorcery?"
Yeah, because it was so crisp.
I don't have to hit rewind and turn turn it over.
Yeah, and you didn't hear all the...
And it looked futuristic too. It was all
shiny and
shiny
whatnot.
yeah. And had rainbow sparkles in it. Or
It
whatever.
did. They were awesome.
Remember when record companies got cheap though? Because the top of the CD used to be printed,
Yeah.
and then they all went to just silver with like a little black logo.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the reprints were like that.
What year did you guys stop buying CDs and just go MP3s off iTunes or whatever?
Ooh.
Man, I probably haven't bought a CD since 2003, 2004.
So it depends on the band.
Because I started downloading music off LimeWire,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in college.
The feds are coming after you.
Oh, if
But
they ain't
it-
come after me yet. They
It,
ain't
it
coming.
depends on the band. Like, I still buy Foo Fighters CDs. I still buy Tool CDs.
Sure.
I'll buy, like, if there's a...
I just use Spotify now. Like
yeah,
everything
and
that comes
for,
out.
for the most part, I use Spotify. But like the new Foo Fighters album that came out, I order it so I have it day one. Like, the minute it comes out, I want to have the artwork. I want the whole thing. I want to know it.
I guess that's what. I guess it's one of the incentives that they still have for people, that artists have for their fans. Is like, you can get this, first before anybody else, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the artwork,
That as well,
but then they started doing the digital like insert or whatever you want to call it, the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I have my mixed feelings about Spotify and Apple Music. I think it's further destroyed the music industry.
It has.
Oh, it has.
It has, but you can't get away from it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
All right, so the last one, we'll move on beyond music news. In 1973, the band Bread, who had already decided to break up, played their last live gig in Salt Lake City. And you know what the nail in the coffin was?
What's that?
One of their tour trucks flipped over on the way to that show and destroyed most of their equipment.
jeez,
So at that point, they played the show, but after that, they were like, okay,
that's
Alright.
it.
That's
yep,
it.
no more.
Even if they didn't believe in God, they're like, okay, I hear you.
You're right, I got you. Got you. No more Bread.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, did we ever get? Okay, so we haven't ever had gear stolen that I can remember.
No.
Have we?
Well, we've had pieces taken here and there.
Yeah.
Like drum pieces. I've had
Yeah.
cymbals and pedals taken.
But do y'all remember when that dude stole Empty Heart?
Yes. Yes. I wish I could find
His version?
Yeah, I have a link to it, but the link is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it stole it, recorded it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like he put a
Was
Creed.
it like verbatim? Like the
Yeah.
the
The
lyrics
music.
Wow.
No, he did new lyrics.
Oh, he changed the lyrics.
Yeah, he changed the new lyrics. He
the
kept the
melody.
tonight part,
Right.
but the verses and the actual chorus part of it, he changed the lyrics. And I remember we got Bryden involved and threatened him with a lawsuit and all this stuff.
Why don't we just find him and beat him with a sack of quarters?
Because we had that song recorded from the Dave Cave.
From like '96.
Yeah, and this was in the 2000s.
2003, 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
Why don't we just steal it back?
we did.
Well, we didn't want to play that version. It was terrible. It was like Creed covered a DK song. It was the worst.
Yeah.
Well, the
We'll
pickle
just
and
keep
mouth,
playing it the DK way.
pickle and mouth technique. Yeah.
We've got plenty of evidence
And
that
I
shows
think-
that we
Dude,
wrote it
yeah.
first. Yeah.
From what I understand, it was the other guys. It was one of them that stole it, but the
Yeah,
other
the
guys
lead-
they had no idea.
The lead guy stole it.
They
Yeah, the
thought-
lead singer thought that
Oh,
the
yeah,
rest of the
yeah,
band
we
thought the
had
lead
this-
singer had written this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had
They
this
didn't know.
conversation
They-
on the first show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, we can't rehash it then.
Oh, I forgot we did.
Oh,
Moving
okay.
on.
That's fine.
Okay. So if you want to finish that, go back to the first episode. You'll have
Yes.
to watch
Yeah.
it through the entirety of
I
the
don't
show.
remember it, but that's
because
like 800 years
that
ago.
was a long time ago.
Because there are no timestamps.
All right, so we got to go around the table in this segment and talk about the current binge-worthy show that you yourself or you and your wife are watching.
Well,
Oh, it's gonna be Dragon Ball Super, the tournament of power, definitely.
are you just watching that now? Mm-hmm. Oh man, I watched it.
I mean,
Every
I've
year.
already watched it.
Oh,
But
are
I'm
you just
watching
watching
it
that now?
again.
Yeah, right.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I know.
I watched
Dragon Ball Super.
Did you finally watch the Castlevania show on Netflix?
Yes.
That looks good, but
It's good.
you know.
It's pretty good. I mean, you don't have to. It follows the story of a couple of the games, which I only played the first one and one of whatever the best one is. A little bit of that one.
Symphony
So I don't
of the
know.
Night.
I know the characters, but it's just it's a good show. It's well written. It's got good animation. It's incredibly violent,
It is that. That.
and it's got a
Some of
good.
the
It's got a
Dragon
really
Ball,
good voice
or-
cast. No, the Castlevania.
Castlevania. Yeah.
So is
There's-
Fajita still in Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, Fajita's
Oh,
still
I
there.
sent to Josh today. I sent this to Josh
I know, that's
earlier.
wrong.
you.
That's awesome.
Where's that? Louis Vuitton has just put out some new boots
Yeah.
that they look just like Vegeta from Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z.
they're modeled
Oh, wow.
after Vegeta's boots.
I would not wear those boots.
Josh would probably buy them.
I would, yeah, because I got problems.
Yeah,
Dragon, Rock the Dragon, or whatever.
I came across that somewhere and I sent it to Josh. So funny.
All right, so Dragon Ball Super.
The tournament of power arc, yeah.
Okay.
the final arc. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's the final arc on it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Me and Ashley, we've been watching lately. We don't watch a lot of TV, but one show we've been watching is Man with a Plan on
Yeah.
Netflix. It's the guy that played Joey on Friends.
Oh, okay.
It's him and Kevin Nealon, and a couple other people that you're like, oh, that guy.
So it's a drama.
No, it's a comedy.
I'm
It's a
just kidding.
sitcom, but it's funny. It's
Yeah.
basically what if Joey from Friends became Tim the Toolman Taylor,
Oh,
okay.
because he's like a construction. Him and Kevin Nealon are brothers, and they own
Yeah.
a construction business. But he's Joey from Friends, pretty
Okay.
much, and it's really funny.
He's the same character type.
He
like-
pretty much he's
okay.
playing that character. Like he did a show, Matt LeBlanc, that's the actor's
Yeah,
name. He
yeah.
did a show on Showtime called Episodes, where he pretty much played himself, and it was a very Showtime show.
Yeah.
So but this is like a family, sitcom comedy, and he's pretty much just playing Joey if Joey was a construction worker.
Gotcha. Dude, the funniest line to me is a guy in my office, and I talk about this all the time. Brian, it's the one when Joey says something is a moo point.
Oh yeah.
Instead of a moot point.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
nothing beats when he walks in
my
wearing
gosh,
all
so
of Chandler's clothes.
Yeah.
Could I be wearing any more clothes? That is the best line in sitcom history. Like, I could watch it now. Ashley's got them all on DVD, and when they were streaming, when you could get them streaming, I'd come home when she'd be on maternity leave, and she'd be watching Friends, and we'd just sit down and watch Friends when we had cable, because there'd be 2 channels that just played it all the time.
Yeah, for like 7 hours in a row.
You just watch it constantly, and that was just such a great show.
Do we need to describe to all the less than 20s what cable is?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you were going to
Oh.
say Friends, because like...
Man, golly. I didn't
now,
We should have a
think about that.
segment where we just like bring in stuff like sit down a rotary phone, like
What is this?
what is this?
And the
Comment
instructions
below.
on how to use it? Yeah.
No, the thing about Friends that we have to realize, and I never watched Friends. I didn't like Seinfeld. I didn't like Friends. I didn't watch ER. I'm that guy.
I didn't care for Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
I'm that
It
guy.
is funny, but it's about nothing.
But those shows are now like ironically good to teenagers.
Really?
Because they're those old shows.
Oh.
Have you seen The Office? Have you heard about The Office? Have you heard
It's
about
not even.
Friends?
You know what's crazy is that the thing is that we were that way with about the stuff that our parents.
But Green Acres is really hilarious.
Well, my point is that, but when we say that old show, it really was really old.
It was from
These
like the
shows that we're
50s.
talking about aren't even but a few years old.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Did you hear about that?" It's like, wasn't really that long ago. But that's how fast
Yeah.
everything is now.
Things get old, quote
Really,
unquote,
really-
really fast.
Yeah,
like
a lot
us.
quicker.
Yeah, like a. So what's your show? What are y'all watching?
Okay, so Taylor Swift was one thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's hear it. We're just gonna hang that belt of shame around
You're
your
watching
neck.
My
man.
Little Pony
this
extended cut.
one's pretty awesome.
Are
to
you a
me.
brony?
Do what?
Are you a brony at heart? Is that
I
what
don't know what
secretly
that means.
It's
No.
anyway.
Designing women.
Ashley watched that show, and I sat in on it. I remember my mom watching it
Of course
when
she
I was
do,
growing up.
because she's a woman,
Yeah,
right?
but Ashley started watching it after she finished watching all of the Golden Girls, and then she started watching that, and I didn't realize I forgot all about the show, and I was just like, I walked in, I was like, what is going on? Like Sugar,
Yeah,
last
dude.
name
Sugar Baker.
I was just like, this is
Dude.
incredible.
Where are you watching it? Because I know you don't have cable.
No, it's Netflix.
Okay.
No, Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
But we'll after the kids go to bed, we'll sit down and watch it for a little bit. But dude, there are a couple of those episodes that like you gotta pause it and catch your breath, and you gotta like muffle your laughter because the kids will hear you, stuff like that. Oh man, we were watching one where they went on vacation with their boyfriends the other day, and it was just hilarious. And of course,
I've never watched it.
my mom is Julia Sugarbaker. So,
Okay.
So, like the rants where she tells people off and puts them in their place, that's my mom to a T. She even like stole the way she pronounces words like stupid. Have you heard my mom say
Yes,
stupid?
I have.
Yeah. So yeah.
You're so stupid.
Stupid. Yes, it's hilarious. She just has to emphasize the you.
It makes it even more stupid.
Well, it makes it even more personal because it's you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. That's a
stupid.
very good point. Yes. Who's stupid?
You. And I make sure you know that.
You.
All right, Pat.
So I'm gonna cheat and do two.
No.
And one of them's brief. So I know we're behind the times, but Brooke and I just started to watch Jack Ryan. Have you seen that
Oh
series?
no, I haven't watched that.
Okay, it's got what's his face, John Krasinski,
Yeah.
and I fully expect him to do the whole look at the camera thing, break the fourth wall the entire time. We've only watched 2 episodes of that, and it's pretty intense and not necessarily safe for the kiddos. So watch that at your own discretion. But a show that is pure as the driven snow that I'm in love with, and I'm gonna try to bail you out here.
Thank you.
On Netflix is Anne with an E.
Oh goodness gracious.
And it's the story of Anne of Green Gables. It's a retelling of that. And it is so good. Like, I cry almost every episode. It is so sweet and endearing.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, I'm just bailing you out,
You
bro.
saved me with that one, buddy.
But I'm being for real. It is, if you want entertainment that you don't have to worry about your kid walking in. I mean, later in the seasons,
All the estrogens on that side.
it is. But I've watched all 3 seasons, and I'm mad at Netflix because they didn't renew them for the 4th.
Oh, they didn't?
It's a Canadian show, so
Okay.
it's like sorry all the time. So you have to get over that too.
Oh yeah.
But-
I don't know. I don't think I can handle that.
Oh, you can. You can.
I got a last minute recommendation.
What's that?
If you guys haven't watched it, the new Voltron on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
There's
that
8
is
seasons
excellent.
of it, and
Yes.
it is amazing.
Yeah, it's like a redo.
They redid.
Oh, really?
They redid
Yeah.
Voltron. If you know, because I don't know how much you guys remember of Voltron.
He's Defender of the Universe.
Yeah, but I mean, like the
got a
original
sword,
show
But we've
was.
also got Guardians of the Galaxy. Why
Yeah.
do we need both?
Well, this is
Voltron-
multiverse.
Yeah, Voltron is better.
Sorry.
But the original show
Because multiverse.
was like the guy that did it. He had bought 2 like old like Japanese anime shows, and then he pretty much just spliced them together to make one show, and then just like made stuff up.
Really?
And,
Yeah, that's the way it's kind of like the way
and-
that's what they did with Power Rangers.
And the new group,
I knew that.
the group that came back and redid it, they had done like the Avatar Airbender shows and like the Legend of Korra, whatever, which were I never watched them, but they were like like highly praised. But they redid like the animation's great. It's got a great voice cast. The story's incredible. It's really really good.
Cool.
It's very binge worthy. It's like 8 seasons. It just keeps going. I'm just like, giant robot, 5 lines into Voltron, Defender of the Universe.
So Danielle and Elise watched Anne with an E,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stand it.
Oh man.
Man, it
It's
was
so
the worst.
good.
I couldn't. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't stand it. Like
Okay, so the thing is, Anne, the main character, which is really a big hurdle to get over, I guess, is very whiny.
that's probably what got me.
Yeah.
That's probably
But-
what got me.
But you understand, man, she was abandoned. She's an orphan.
Yeah, but-
And then they go and get her, and Marilla doesn't want her.
Right.
And so that's like double rejection. And then that. Okay, let's talk about a stupid shark movie then. Okay.
Oh man, let's
Did we
move
just
on to
watch
the
one?
let's move on to the
Oh!
main segment.
Okay.
Okay.
Shark isn't overly passionate.
Okay. So this popped up today, and I saw that today that YouTube has the original live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie for
From
free-
1990.
From 1990 for free with ads. I don't know how much longer, but you have to go catch that ASAP.
Yeah,
I
that's-
watched it. Me and Ashley watched it. We let Sawyer watch it. It was on Netflix for a while.
Yeah.
And we sat down and watched it, and I was just like, dude, because he's all about Ninja Turtles. As he was 5 at the time. Loved the cartoons, had
Yes,
action figures.
as he should be.
But we hadn't, watched the live action one, and I was just like, here you go. And it's Jim Henson,
Yeah.
Studios did all the
Yeah.
effects, and he was just like,
Right?
This is awesome.
I'm still like that.
it's still awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
hadn't
really
seen
is.
it. I hadn't seen it in over a decade, and I was just like, man, this movie is still incredible.
And you'll hear some of the music, and it just like
Dun, 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 dun.
spine tingle, stuff like that.
So part of it, that movie that's always been so interesting to me, as you were talking about splicing things together, is it looks like, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say it. The feel of old Japanese martial arts movies. Like
Yeah.
just certain scenes look that way.
Like when Shredder walks in and he's putting the thing around the boy's head.
No, the scene I'm thinking about is like it's one of
Yeah.
the scenes with Raph on the roof where he's about to fight
Okay,
the
okay.
Foot Clan, and it's just there's something about it that it's like you're taken out, and the flashback scenes for sure.
Oh yeah,
By design, I think look like an old Japanese movie. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. When Splinter's telling the
yeah,
stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
Oh,
guys
that's
expect
spot
me to
on.
be-
they did a
was
fantastic
that
job.
too?
No, that's the first.
That was on the first.
First
okay,
one.
okay.
Come on.
Is
They-
that
they-
the one
Come
where
on.
it opens with, like the guy delivering pizza or something?
That's the second
That's
one.
the second one.
That
Yeah.
one's good.
Pizza.
That was good too.
That was not as
Secret of the
good.
Ooze. It's got vanilla ice in it.
Go
though.
Yeah.
Ninja,
Just
go
taking
Ninja,
out
go
Pepsi.
Ninja, go Ninja,
Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go was groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
But the first movie, it's like it's completely true to Ninja Turtles, both the animated show that we
Yep.
grew up with and the original comic.
The comics,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
And on
So
top of that, it's just it's very well written. It's incredibly well acted. Like Elias Koteas is Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Man, he's incredible.
Man, he
He
was
was
awesome.
great.
He nailed that so bad.
You had Corey Feldman was
Donatello.
Yeah.
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 And I don't remember who the other voice actors were. But then the Jim Henson effects were,
Spot
top-notch.
on.
Who
Yeah.
played Splinter's voice? I
It
believe it was a Japanese
It was
guy.
a Japanese guy. And I
was
don't
it?
remember his name.
I'm sure Frank Oz was involved. Hang
So-
on, I'll look it up.
The interesting thing that you guys probably know since you're super fans like I am, but the guy that was in the Donatello suit in Ninja Turtles 1 was Ernie Reyes Jr.,
Yep.
who is the pizza delivery guy from Ninja Turtles 2.
The second one, yeah.
So they're like, you're really good at this. Why don't we just take the suit off for you and see what you can do?
Right.
But man, I used to get up. And when you're a little kid, everything feels like forever. But there was a section of my childhood where I would get up every single morning at 4:00 in the morning. It was on VHS, and I would watch that movie.
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't stop.
That's pretty much me and my cousin Steven did. You know, when we were growing up over it. It's pretty much one of the movies we always watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculous. The only thing I'd probably, that I was always, I kind of wanted them to, that probably the only thing about it that I wish that they had done differently was Splinter actually being Hamato Yoshi rather than
rather
his-
being the rat
right,
turned
rather
it,
than
yeah.
being his,
I remember having the biggest argument with my oldest brother Jeremy.
Well, he was Hamato Yoshi in the cartoon, because the
Yes.
ooze
Yeah.
transformed,
Right.
but in the original comic, he was
the
the
rat.
pet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now,
I
the
actually
voice of
liked
Splinter in the 1990 movie, you will never guess it. Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo.
no.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It seemed like I had read that a while back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Oh, it's the voice of Shredder that I'm thinking of. Is the Japanese guy. Because
Yeah.
they did a reunion a few months ago. Heck, it could have been a year ago. They did a reunion where the April O'Neil actress, Hoag, Judith
Yeah, Judith Hogue.
Hoag, yes, got on.
Shredder's James Sato.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's,
they
The
did-
voice
that's actually-
is the voice of Shredder is
different.
David McCarran.
Yeah. Obviously, Japanese guy in the suit, but
yeah.
they.
Well, I don't.
But
see,
David McCarran was born in Japan
that's what I'm saying.
in 1950.
He was the guy that did the voice
Yeah.
of Shredder, and they read through parts of the script, and Judith Hoag like presented it all or would have set it all up, and she of course read her parts or whatever. But it was awesome having the original guys get on there, and that dude David, what's his face, got on there and read that part about
This is your family.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I am your
and
father.
your father. Oh my gosh, dude, and he just killed it, just like he did in the movie.
My favorite one is the rat
The
has
rat.
a name.
It has a name.
It had a name.
Yes.
You lie! Oh my gosh. Yeah, you lie! Holy cow, dude. Of course, there was that scene when they bust back into the lair and Splinter's gone. And then Raph pushes past them all and he runs in the middle of the room and he's screaming, ah!
Yeah.
And the camera's spinning around him. Holy cow, just like the level of intensity.
The rage.
Yeah.
they made you want to feel the rage.
And then I love when they go to April's apartment, and this
Right.
is just one of the things we always say: Splinter.
Yeah.
Splinter.
April opens the door. What's wrong?
Little inside joke there, but a little bit too much to get into right now.
Dude.
So you brought up a good point. What was the one thing you would change or whatever? And I was going to say I got in a fight with Jeremy because my oldest brother, because he went and saw the movie, and he came back telling me how Splinter was Hamato Yoshi. Right?
Yeah.
I said that right?
Yeah.
Oroku Saki Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hamato Yoshi's
Okay,
pet.
yeah.
And I was like, no! Because
Right.
all I knew was the cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yeah, but they're both kind of considered canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both versions.
But to that point about, Shredder's voice and whatever we're talking about, the one part that bugs me. So I think we can sit here and we can lump praises on it because we love it. But what's the one thing that bugged you? So the one thing that always bugs me anytime I watch that movie is when Shredder's hanging off the cliff, by the nunchucks, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
His voice is just like, I'm this fat white American guy now.
I'll have to go back and listen to that.
It's so different, and it
Yeah.
just bugs me so bad.
Fun fact: in the Foot Clan lair,
This
the
better
dude
be
selling
fun.
cigarettes, Sam Rockwell.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. You want regular or menthol?
Sam Rockwell.
Yep.
Wow.
Justin Hammer.
That's awesome. I forgot about that.
So come on,
From,
push away from the praise.
Okay.
What's something that you can criticize about it,
Okay.
or wish was different? Whatever.
I'm gonna say the fight scene on the roof with Shredder at the end.
Okay.
I mean, he whipped them all, but
Yeah.
Shredder lost because he lost his temper with the rat.
Yeah.
And I think that's uncharacteristic of who Shredder in that version of the story. I think
Not
it's
really, because that was he went into that rage
Yeah.
because he found out that Splinter was Hamato Yoshi's
Yoshi's.
pet. He was the one that had scarred
Right.
Shredder's face, and that's when he went into the rage.
That's true. That's true.
So that fits.
yeah, it does. It's
And
just,
I'd like that fight. It's not a visual spectacle. It's one-on-one. It's real stripped down. Everything's all black.
It's
There's-
real.
Yeah, it's real dark, and it's just like real quick and brutal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like super flashy or anything.
No,
but
no.
it
I mean, if you
didn't
look
need-
at it,
didn't need
there's
to
like
be.
one street light. You can see like some brick, and then it's just black
Right.
everywhere.
Not this really awesome choreography or anything
Yeah.
like that. It was just
I mean,
like
it was
you
pretty.
said,
Yeah, it was just basic.
yeah, it just
standard.
the Shredder taking him down in a few quick moves, which is in reality that a fight like that's
exactly
how
how
that
that would
happen.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and
So
another
yours
thing
is
in
all-
that moment,
you turned my negative into praise. So
well, I'm going to continue to praise that moment actually,
Sorry.
because one of my favorite parts
Does that really surprise
is,
you though?
is the aggression
amazing.
in Michelangelo's voice when he runs up for his turn.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I can't do it
Oh, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but it's just like you don't hear that from his character. Except
Yeah.
in that moment.
That's where they
Yeah.
match you for it.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
match for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
fellow
god.
chucker, huh?
yes, there's so many. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Holy cow, dude.
All right, I guess we can't talk too bad about it. I was trying.
it's really hard to. It's really hard.
The scene where they go around chopping the floors all up.
Oh yeah, missed again.
The whole floor collapses. I always thought that was kind of dumb, but it's kind of cool. Of course, then there's the scene that's like the best scene of any movie ever made. Is when they're sitting around the campfire and Splinter comes up and they talk to him.
Yeah, and
Where
in
he
the
goes all
fire.
Jedi Force
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
But then right after that, they walk up to April and Casey Jones sitting on the porch swing together, and of course they're Casey Jones and April are all flirty McFlirty, and one of them clears their throat, and it pans to them in the field standing there side by side like arms crossed.
Basically silhouette.
Yeah, yeah, and they go, "It's time to go back."
Yeah,
And then the snare yes,
Such a
Yeah.
good movie.
yeah, spine tingles, dude. It's awesome.
At the very end, when Shredder falls off into the garbage truck, and just oops.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he pulls. Yep. Man, okay, so the link to that YouTube is free on YouTube right now with ads. The link is in the show notes on the YouTube stream that
and
we're doing here.
dude, I think it's been there because it was like, I think,
Has it?
Yeah, because I remember I do believe I watched that on YouTube, and I just know, and it was like over a year ago.
Dude, it's awesome.
And I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on there for free like that. So now, hopefully, what do we got? 4 people watching? Yes,
Hi, 4 people.
all 4 of you know.
Death comes for us all, Oroku Saki.
So you can't.
But when you die, it will be
Without.
honor.
Oh my gosh. Also, so we can finish this segment up with the Spotify movie soundtrack. There's a link to the Spotify movie soundtrack, and I don't mean like the TURTLE. I don't mean that.
Right.
I mean like the actual soundtrack, the song.
score.
that
Yeah,
they
the score.
used- The score. Yes.
Nice.
That they used in the movie. There's a link to that in the
Excellent.
show notes also,
Sweet.
and it's cool too. You hear the sound effects and everything they use and all that, the organ. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I guess it's time for story time.
Do we want to skip over the Soundgarden news?
Oh, we have Soundgarden. Okay.
It's real quick. It ain't a big
Let's
deal.
do that real quick.
Just that the main point that I want to make, like Soundgarden, just so yeah, we're going to move on from TMNT movie to
That's fine.
Soundgarden news. Yeah, the members of Soundgarden just gained access back to their website and their social media.
Oh, fantastic.
After
Yeah,
Who had it?
the
Their
wife,
label?
Chris
the
Cornell's
wife
wife.
of Chris Cornell.
Yeah, and she wasn't like playing ball with them, but they only have it temporarily. It's not a permanent thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what was she
Sounded
doing
like she
with
had
it?
too much control.
Well, I think I don't know how that happened because they were all members of the band
Yeah.
Soundgarden. Not
Yeah, it
just
wasn't
Chris
like he
Cornell.
was a singer-songwriter and picked up some guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
they started all
they've been
that.
together forever.
Right. So I don't know.
But I know that from a business standpoint, and I don't want to go all, anyway.
Quote-unquote professional.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go quote unquote professional. Like, you know what I mean. But yeah, they do. A lot of bands they have to sit down and decide with a lawyer who owns the basically whatever share of the band,
Yeah.
of its intellectual property.
Right.
So, and that, I get
Just because he was the lead singer, probably one of the main songwriters.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably just the way it worked out, and because of that, the wife was able to have a good deal more control than what they probably wanted.
So why did she relent? Does it say?
I don't know. It didn't mention it, but they did say that they're going to be real strict about the comments that are left on there. Nothing. They're like nothing but good vibes. We don't want any conspiracy stuff about Chris. None of this nonsense. No bad jabs at his wife. None of this stuff. Everybody be cool. That was the.
Oh, that's very professional of them.
Yeah. That was the point of the news article. Well, I kind of wanted to bring up that it's frustrating to me when that situation comes into play and the wives of these musicians stand in the way of, I guess, getting their material out or something like that. Not just the wives, but the anybody that gets in the way like that stops the release of an album or something.
It happened with Nirvana,
Yeah, and the Beatles, and that just drives me crazy.
And I could see, being married for 20 years now, something that was just his, I wouldn't necessarily just give that up freely.
Yeah.
But if it belongs to the collective,
Right.
Like there's songs that that I'm sure we've all written and recorded that we've only shown our wives or a few people, and maybe you don't want all that out. But if it's DK, I mean, like,
yeah, if it's
let it out.
Soundgarden proper, then it's Soundgarden's material.
Because when somebody passes away, it's like you want to keep every piece of them to yourself.
Sure.
And so if it's like this thing that I just wrote, well, I could understand where Brooke wouldn't want that out there because that's hers. That's her last piece of me. But if it's like the band, that doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
it's part of you and part of you and part of you.
Yeah.
And, anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't any one person's work.
Yeah.
Or it was all the band put a certain degree of their heart into it. So.
And even if, so there's songs where I wrote guitar and bass, and there's songs you wrote guitar and bass, but I still played it, and you still played it.
Right.
So it's still a part of you. So, I don't know.
Agreed. And so, like, one of the things that DK did, we would write a few songs as a group. We'd sit down and write a song here or there, like, with the three of us mostly. And I know that, our good friend Tom was one.
It was when we all sat together.
We sat down and we put that one together. And I loved how those turned out. Those were some of my favorite songs.
But a lot of times you would have an idea because you can play guitar as well as drums, and enough to go. Here's an idea.
Sure.
And Josh would do the same, and I would.
then we
punch
have
my
Bomb
mic. I would do the same. And we'd present it to the whole band.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually it was this person wrote a piece and this person wrote a piece, and then we all just kind of.
But that's the thing.
Brought it together
Once
and
it was
then
like,
fiddled with it until
and you pushed
became
it to
something.
DK. It was no longer your baby.
Right.
Right.
It's ours.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just kind of understood. It should be anyway.
And unfortunately, they probably needed what was understood to be put into contracts because of stuff like that.
Well, and I remember towards the end of us, playing and being serious and doing a lot of different things, there was some pressure from some different people to start doing those kind of things. Well, how much of the song did you write? Well, how much did they write? And we were all just like, that's stupid.
That's the dumbest. Yeah.
Yep.
We're a band. That's not how this works.
Right. We're a group. We're in this together. Yeah. And then Kevin left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right afterwards.
Sorry, Kevin. You're not here to defend yourself.
Sorry.
I watched the other episodes and I see what y'all did to me, so it's fine.
it's payback time.
Oh yeah.
I'll be nice.
If
all
you're,
fair
if you're
game.
not here, you get ripped on.
Oh yeah, dude. You get all of the responsibilities, just like a meeting. All right, so we're gonna close up, but before we close up, I have to say happy birthday to my daughter. Again, she's turning 10 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Elise.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Birthday
From DK Talk Radio.
to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday from DK Talk Radio to you.
So to close it out, Elise, you might need to go to bed. It might be too scary for you.
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
This is pretty creepy, yeah.
Go.
It's time.
Go.
Yeah, my 16-month-old does that.
Really?
That's
I've taught
awesome.
him to do that.
That's awesome. Okay, so this is DK Storytime with DK. This is a story about who we call Mr. Stabby.
Let's do this. I'm excited.
Mr. Stabby.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
I am.
Because it's time.
So, when Brooke and I first got married, we were the only ones married at that point. Nobody else was even remotely
Right.
in that. So we still tried to, be guys all the time and go do stupid adventures together. And one of our stupid adventures is we went camping. Where was that?
It was Birmingham.
Oak Mountain?
Oak Mountain.
Oak Mountain, yeah.
So we go to Oak Mountain, and we went with our next door neighbor, Steve Dozier, which was really a struggle for me to try to remember before this
Yeah.
podcast. Couldn't come up with his name. I knew his wife's name was, gosh, I forgot her name. April. I was going to say Amy. Yeah, Steve and Amy, really good friends of ours.
Great neighbors.
Yeah.
Best friends ever.
Yeah, they really were. They're really cool people.
Yeah.
But we all go, and we roll up to our campsite, and there's this dude out there with these bunches and bunches of solar panels.
Well, so right, who was in our group at the time?
Okay, so it was me, you, my brother Jason, Steve, and Josh all went on this trip.
Just those five.
Yep, those five.
Not me.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you were there.
You were there.
The Oak Mountain.
You
The
were.
Oak
You were
Mountain
there,
camping
brother.
trip. I broke a tooth, dude.
Remember
What?
Brad fell down the mountain?
I fell down the mountain. I flipped. I went
How is
right
that not
after
the
you
story?
guys.
This next one. This one ought to
He
be
came
even
up
better.
so mad.
I remember
But
going.
Brad
I remember
doesn't
going
express
camping.
pain. He's just like, I'm mad.
Yeah, he's. I remember going camping. I thought it was on like your friend's aunt's
In
land.
Titus?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a different.
We did that too, but you were there for Mr. Stabby.
Wow.
Or maybe
I
it
feel
wasn't.
No, he was
I
there.
think you were, though.
You were there.
okay.
Promise you.
So
Maybe
we're
it
gonna relive
scared
it.
me so badly.
And you're repressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. It's pretty bad.
So yeah, we get there and the dude's setting up a bunch of little bitty solar panels
Yeah.
with his dog.
And his campsite was huge, and it had crap everywhere.
Yeah.
Like all sorts of camping stuff everywhere.
Right.
And it was in no order. It was like he dropped a bag of camping stuff, and it spilled out all over the campsite. A really big bag.
Really big bag of camping stuff.
Right.
So, we're there and Steve was a manly man. So Brad and Steve are the only manly men among us. So they build us a fire and we go, hey, let's go walk in the woods. And we go walk in the woods. It's still daylight and, we're just being stupid. And then that night we come back to the campsite and we, do what guys do and tell, fish stories and just lie about everything around the fire.
Tell scary stories, goof off a bunch, make each other laugh. And we were all in one tent.
Yep.
It was all five of us in one big tent. If Josh was there, because now I don't remember.
He was there. I promise you he was there.
He's got you second guessing yourself.
He was there.
I'm not going to contest it.
So we're laying there. It's 11 o'clock at night. It was late because we were goofing off or whatever. We wanted to go to sleep, so we all lay down and we're trying to go to sleep. And Steve sits up and he goes, "I heard something out in the woods.
And of course our response is like, shut up, Steve.
We're tired.
Go to bed, whatever." Because we had been playing that game with each other all night long. Oh, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Like we're 12.
Right.
We're grown men.
Is this the trip that Jason drank the gamey water?"
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. So we're laying there trying to go to sleep, and Steve does this 2 or 3 times. He jumps, something out in the woods. I swear I hear something. Then we lay back down. All right, whatever. He did it again. I swear I heard something. So this time he looks out the tent. He goes, "Guys, there are 2 glowing red eyes out in the woods."
Yup.
Oh no.
And we're like, "You, sir, are a moron."
and he's insistent. So
Yeah.
we all pile out, and sure enough, in the distance, these 2 little red glowing eyes, and they're coming towards us.
Right?
And
Right.
so this guy comes out of the woods, and I can't remember exactly.
You know why you can't remember? you know why you can't remember, Pat?
I went to get help!
Pat ran away.
I went to get help. Someone had to get help, or we were all going to die.
Yeah. Pat disappeared in the
Pat
woods. He was
decided
gone.
he was the most valuable.
So I'll tell
Right.
my part of the
Maybe
story
run
since I
away.
wasn't there, and then Brad can tell you what happened while I wasn't there. So I am responsibly, not fearfully, running to get help at this
Bravely
point.
run away, away.
That was me. And so I finally walk up to this nice-looking RV trailer thing, and I'm like, can we use your phone? Because this is before cell phones, really.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, people had them, but not everybody like today. And I called the,
And they weren't
Stu, you would know,
smartphones.
park ranger or whatever, who would be on duty.
I mean, it would just be your
Like a park ranger.
Yeah.
And he came and, come down here. This guy's in the woods and he's like, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm over there doing that, being really brave and getting help.
Obviously, it sounds like it. Really telling.
And over at the campsite, this is what's happening. I wasn't
Right.
there.
So we're sitting there. Well, we're all standing there now at this point. I had this big camping knife that I always took with me camping. This is before I carried a firearm, and I don't know if I would have been allowed to have it on the
Probably not.
park property
No,
anyway.
Probably not.
But I had a really big camping knife that I always carried with me. And this dude, before he walks up, he hollers, because we're all standing out there looking at him, looking at the guy. Or the eyes, the glowing eyes. Because up to this point, it's glowing eyes. And so they were not normal dude height. They were a little bit shorter.
Right.
So we're like, that's the weirdest
It's a
weirdest
demon.
thing. Yeah. So we hear...
Devils come for us.
We hear some dude out in the woods go, "Don't shoot!" so he waddles up to the campsite. "Hey guys, how's it going?" Introduced himself. I don't know who the heck he was.
His name was
but-
Mr. Stabby.
Hello,
My
I'm
name's
Mr. Stabby.
Stabby.
But
I'm
he
Reginald
walks
Stabby.
up- Reginald Stabby.
Yes.
He walks up and he goes, "Well, I saw five of you guys a minute ago, but I only see four now. Where's the other guy?"
Now pause. Because although I wasn't there,
Scene change.
hold on,
Right.
no. Although I wasn't there, I heard
Dutch
I heard the story of, and there's a detail you're missing.
Okay.
He said when I was looking at y'all through the tent, I saw five of you.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
So he was using like heat vision
It was
binoculars.
infrared. The two lights that we saw, the eyes that we saw,
okay.
were infrared lights that were shining at us.
Yeah, so
And
he was just a spy.
yeah, he was watching us through the tent like some creeper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's textbook creepy.
I remember you guys
Yeah.
telling me about this.
'Cause
and
you were there?
I can confirm I was not there.
He can confirm.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Definitely
Josh.
was not.
So I don't remember.
Anyway, he's already let me down tonight, so here we go.
I'm telling you,
I'm the
you're
only
not
one that
going to
hasn't let
outdo me.
anybody down
You're not
tonight,
gonna
apparently.
outdo me.
You're not going to outdo me.
That's awesome.
So anyway, that was a detail I want to make sure we came across with.
So apparently it was four of us in the tent, and he only sees three now. Where's the other guy?
Yeah, exactly right.
So we're like, so he went to get the cops. And
No,
and
you didn't say that.
I forgot what we said.
You said he said he was young or something, got scared and ran away. You made up some crap.
He went to save
I was
himself
old and scared and ran away.
while the rest of us die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cops showed up and talked to him, told him to get back on his.
You were
Okay,
Brad,
I'm butchering
I wasn't
this.
even
Okay.
there, and I remember more details than Brad. I've heard the story so
Just
many
shut up,
times.
Brad.
That's fine. That's
Just
fine.
shut up, Brad. So he had a bunch of equipment that he kept trying to give y'all. Remember, he's like,
No, I don't remember that.
No, Steve Dozier tells the story. He goes, he's trying to give y'all like this. He says, "You don't take it, I'm gonna have to kill you."
That sounds about right. That's
I mean, he was just talking out of his head.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, and I think he was trying to calm us down and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
when you finish something with
Making a joke.
or I'm going to have to kill you.
Yeah.
that always
Yeah,
calms
after
us
he's
down.
been peeping on you through the woods.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
because all of these details matter because of what happens later. So go ahead.
I'm not sure what.
The sheriff shows up.
Okay, so
Park ranger.
that's all I got. Sheriff shows up.
Okay, so park ranger shows up. I got this, Brad. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I've been prepping all day. So, park ranger guy shows up, sends him away, and we're like, "Good. Are you arresting him? Is he going home?" He says, "No, we're just sending him back to his campsite." But I said he couldn't leave his campsite again tonight, or we'd kick him out.
That's sweet of you.
So we're like freaking
Well, how do you
out.
know he's going to stay there?
Right.
Exactly.
Are you going to monitor
So
him the entire
I
time?
take
Don't murder
Brad's
these guys.
Crocodile Dundee knife and sleep like this with it on my chest all night long. And then in the morning,
Dude.
Brad is great, but he's also stupid.
I remember why you're saying this.
Yeah, Brad is the greatest and also the most stupid simultaneously.
All at the same time.
And even at the same time.
but he pulls it off.
Right.
So we've barely slept a wink because Mr. Stabby is over here with his dog in the biggest bonfire you've ever seen all night long, hooping and hollering. His dog's like, let me go! Don't kill me! And so finally, you know, we get the amount of sleep we got, whatever, you pass out from
7
exhaustion,
minutes,
whatever.
Yeah.
And that morning, Brad wants to go over there and talk to him. So Brad, why don't you just take it over? Because I was literally hiding in the back of your car the entire time.
You were videotaping it, weren't you?
Yeah, laying down in your car, the back seat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted to go bury the hatchet, if you will.
He wanted to bury it in your skull.
Right. So I did. I think we went and talked to him. I think Steve and I both went and talked to
Yeah,
him.
y'all were brave. I mean, stupid.
And we went up there. And he had that.
Stupid.
He had that dog of his, and he was talking to the dog. He'd grab it by the throat, and he'd stick his finger in the dog's face. And he's like telling this dog, "Don't you say anything. They're coming to talk to me. Don't you tell them I abuse you."
Wow.
And that dog, when we walked up, he looked at us like, "Please save me.
Take
me with you.
Man.
He's gonna eat me later if you don't." Oh, it was creepy. Totally creepy.
Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah, to this day, man, the story of Mr. Stabby seems like fiction, but it was real.
That was for
Even
real.
if Josh wasn't there.
Yeah,
You know what?
I'm pretty sure I wasn't.
I think we could write a song around
We
that.
probably could.
And
They
the
were
reason
two glowing
why
eyes.
I know this is because I've only been camping once in my life, and
Okay.
I
Oh, and it was
remember
in Titus
marking
with
it
us?
as the time that when I went to Titus with you guys.
He's
It's
gotta
the
get-
first and
I could
only
have
time.
sworn you were there, dude.
I'm afraid not. I was with you in spirit.
Yeah, you were. Maybe you were Mr. Stabby.
I could have been. You
In
never know.
disguise.
Maybe you were the dog.
Maybe I was. Maybe I was.
Bow wow.
Maybe I was both. Maybe.
Maybe you were both,
Yes.
Mr. Stabby and the dog.
Yes.
You're afraid of yourself.
This is what metaphysical real fast.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Like that character on In Living Color with the dog. Stay away from the light. Oh my gosh, you got me. All right, maybe we don't need to get into that.
No,
Well, anyway,
Yep,
that's it.
that's it. That's the story of Mr. Stabby.
that was Mr. Stabby. I mean, that's kind of all for DK.
That's amazing.
DK story time with DK. We'll have more
Yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff that went on in our 20-year tenure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think and any suggestions. If
Yeah.
you like,
Let
if
us
you like
know
the
if you
story
think Mr.
time.
Stabby was really Bigfoot in disguise.
or if I was both him and his dog.
Yeah, I think you were. Makes perfect sense to me.
It
Or
does.
let us know if Josh is an idiot.
Oh,
What?
oh, that's you're probably gonna get a lot of thumbs up on that.
Comment.
Some things are for certain.
All right, guys. So we appreciate you showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.